Welcome to Algebra 1. Learning goal for this episode is learn how to multiply polynomials. In class, we looked at area models to get a better understanding of what's going on. In this video, we're just going to concentrate on the algorithm for multiplying, paying particular attention to the distributive property. Let's look at some examples. We want to multiply these two polynomials together. Recall that a monomial is still a polynomial, so the 3x squared is considered both a monomial and a polynomial. We need to distribute the 3x squared through the entire parentheses, so we multiply it by the 3x to the fourth, the 2x to the third, the negative x, and the negative 6. You must multiply by each term in the second polynomial. When we multiply the coefficients together, then multiply the variable parts together, remembering our rules for exponents. So 3x squared times 3x to the fourth is going to give us 9x to the sixth, because 3 times 3 is 9, and x squared times x to the fourth gives us x to the sixth, because when we multiply, we add exponents. Same with 3x squared times 2x to the third, we get 6x to the fifth. 3x squared times negative x gives us negative 3x to the third, and 3x squared times negative 6 gives us a negative 18x squared. In this example, we're going to multiply two binomials together. We again use the distributive property, and again we need to be careful to distribute everything in the first binomial times the entire second binomial. So we multiply the 2x times the second binomial and the negative 8 times the second binomial. We now use the distributive property again to distribute the 2x through that parentheses and the negative 8 through its parentheses. When we do that, we get 4 terms. But notice that the two middle terms both have x to the first in them, so they are like terms. This means we can combine them. So when we combine the 8x and the negative 40x, we get negative 32x. So we get our final product, which is 10x squared minus 32x minus 32. Here's another example, this time a binomial times a polynomial with 4 terms. But again, we're going to distribute, so we multiply the x times the entire second parentheses and the 2 times the entire second parentheses. When we distribute both the x and the 2, we get this. Now we look for any like terms that we can combine. We have like terms of negative 6x cubed and positive 6x cubed, 2x squared and negative 12x squared, and negative 7x and 4x. When we combine those like terms, we get 3x to the fourth minus 10x squared minus 3x minus 14 for our answer. Now for our guided practice section. We're going to work through some problems together. You do not need to write down these problems, just step through them with me. At each step, I'm going to prompt you with the question you should be asking yourself. Then I'll pause for about 5 seconds for you to think about it and answer it for yourself. Then I'll show you. So, for this problem, first question is, what are we trying to do here? What we're trying to do is multiply these two binomials times each other. So how do we do that? We do that by distributing the x and the negative 4 times the second parentheses. Now what? Now we distribute the x times the 3x plus 2, which gives us 3x squared plus 2x. And we distribute the negative 4 times the 3x plus 2, which gives us negative 12x minus 8. What do we do next? Now we combine like terms. In this case, 2x and negative 12x, which gives us negative 10x. So our answer in descending order is 3x squared minus 10x minus 8. Let's try another one. This time it's a binomial times a trinomial. What do we do first? We distribute. Now what? We distribute each term through its parentheses. What's the next step? Group together like terms. Now what? Now we combine like terms and write our answer in descending order. Now for the self-check section. In this section, you're going to physically pause the video as you work out the problem on paper in your notebook. Then you'll press play to check to see how you did. You'll have 5 seconds to pause the video after I stop speaking before I show you the solution. Please pause the video and work out the problem now, then press play to check. Here is the solution. Please compare this to your work. Pause the video here if you need more time to compare, then press play again to move to the next problem. Same thing on this problem. Pause the video, write down this problem and work it out in your notebook, then press play to check. Please pause the video now. Here's the solution. Again, pause the video if you need more time to compare this to your work. In closing, let's review our learning goal. We wanted to learn how to multiply polynomials. We did that by using the distributive property, then grouping together and combining any like terms.